What's up, man? TV coming to live, man. I just want to let you know, man, that I'm like, it's raining outside in a very not good weather, you know, saying in the case that it just come to you as a shock, you know, sometimes, life and everything that comes around, you know. I'm discussing how I got into the game, you know, basically. So I mean, to me, it started out with just researching on in school, you know, after half-time class, you know, after the lessons, you know, I sat in my corner, man, and then from there I just started like watching YouTube tutorials, man, and how to, you know, attract and blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying. That's how it was been for me, man, and then I started out with just different mentors, man, and looking up what kind of in the marketplace they had, and that was like retainable to learn from, man. Those who were really good at what they were doing and produce, you know. What kind of lessons I was about to learn and that I'm about to get knowledge from the later approaches that I will need it to. Okay. So it all started with that back then when in 2017. That's where it started, man. 2016, 2017, when I was about to finish, you know, secondary school, man. Back then I didn't know how to approach females, you know, and I didn't know how to even engage in conversation, you know, basically. So had a hard time with that, you know, saying. So that's why I didn't really approach, you know. It came to a point, you know, where I was in this classroom with a lot of females, you know, and you know, I observed, you know, those kind of females that was attracted to me and liked me and like that kind of stuff. That gave me some sort of signs, you know, that you know exactly what it means, you know, when they look at you, man, directly, hold that gaze right in front of you, man, and start to like want you to make you the move, man. Basically, it's like a hint, you know. And with the voice, you know, how they become more, you know, feminine, you know, subtly and submissive, you know. And yeah, I mean, they even matched the clothes too, man. I mean, it came to that also, like, in that extent that they try to match what I was wearing, you know, at the lessons that, like the jacket type, what kind of color, man, match, you know what I'm saying, that. So, I mean, that's a really good sign to look up in for what kind of crush you're into, like, a sort of match. I mean, kind of famous. It's almost like giving you real critical moments to just go up and approach and say hello, man. At least let's go say hey, man, okay? I saw you walking by. I saw you just standing over here, man. I thought it was cute how to come say hi. What's your name? You know, so that's how it is, you know. Yeah, or hey, I saw you just like doing your groceries or wherever you are in the particular environment. You're just strolling away, you know, strolling just by, you know. So that's why. So I never knew what to say, you know. Then it came to a time, you know, where we were in the class and we were like doing some group assignments, man, and we were delegating to tasks, you know, in 2 to 3, 4 persons, you know, in one bunch there. So, and then there was this girl that I was interested in, you know, some sort of interest, you know. Right now, if I go back, you know, I will at least somehow talk to those females, you know, that I have those that I miss those opportunities to just go forward there and just like go in for like in, you know, saying that. So that's how I feel about that, you know. And yeah, it was that incident was that the girl came by, you know, of all of a sudden, you know, by knocking the door, you know, and I hit it really fast, and I proceeded to hurdle away from all those, you know, students that was sitting in groups, and it was a really tight, you know, classroom, you know, so it was really crowded, you know, back then. And then all of a sudden, when I opened the door, she like stared at me like sort of shocked, you know, like with the big eyes, you know, saying that brown eyes, you know, and like say hi. I let you know. So I remember that, you know, and I didn't saw anything about that, you know, back then. So I just hurried over, man, to my seat, man. That's it, man. and there was really nothing of it. So I'm really disappointed at me, saying that why not proceed further by saying hello and start to get to know this girl, saying find her logistics and all of the rest of it, man. So yeah, man, it was three girls in that classroom that was sort of giving me hints of it, so, but I didn't really take so much consideration of it, man, and start to pinpoint out which one I liked more and sort of way of it. But I remember that the first lesson, at that lecture was at in the introduction beginning, so that we were given pairs. We were given like an introduction to our new classmates. So I was paired up with this other girl that was like a little bit taller than her. The one that the other one was like short, say she was like maybe 5'4" or something like that, and this one was 5 foot, like at least 6 something there, but or something like that, So yeah, and then there was another girl that was more also taller. Man, I mean, these girls was taller, both of them. So one was like black, and the one was Arab, and one was another Arab. So we had one that was one of them that was the tallest, and was Arab, And yeah, no, she was like black, So she was like 5', I don't know, 8 something like that. I mean, really tall girl, man. Okay. So I didn't really. So at the introduction, I talked with this one that was the middle height, Arab, too, with ponytail, And I was like backing myself up on the. I was just like, I was. How do you say, man? I mean, I was like against the surface of the wall, just like leaning, So and talked to her. Meanwhile, she was like underneath, So her face was here, man, and my arm was like pressed against, the wall there. So and I did some sort of. I mean, back then I didn't know what game was, So just some commonalities like what kind of movies you like and all the sort of things. So let's have a start up with me, saying what kind of movies we like and what you do in your spare time and basic questions like sort of common and common. I mean, friends to friends conversation. It's just not really like nagging and DHV yourself and try to build attraction and comfort and report and closer. So I mean, there was mostly just like 10 minute chat from it, and that's it, man. And yeah, the other girl, the tallest girl, the black girl, and really talked for her, but that's how my story was. This was in the English class lesson, by the way, so in secondary school. So yeah, that was my so-called pre-facing of at least talking to females, back then. So subscribe, like, comment, and I will bring up more stories about my progress, or my history of what I'm doing right now with pick up a game. Take care, man.